Hi everyone, it's Rita. I wanted to do a video around Bitcoin. I just opened up the Akashic Records of Bitcoin and it was really interesting. And so I still have the records of Bitcoin open. If you're new to my channel, I'm an Akashic record accessor, which is a vibrational history of things. Um, and I have a pretty high channel, so I can connect in with a lot of things. And you'll see on this channel where I've connected in with crystals and master energies and things like that. So, but I've been really curious about and kind of exploring this whole thing around cryptocurrency, as there's a lot of things happening around the planet, right? So I've opened up the records of Bitcoin, and I was hearing it is a disruptive technology. It has created great wealth for people. It is sort of, it's like money, as you say, an exchange like money. It can be traced and it has limits on its manipulation, unlike a lot of money or fiat currencies. It, however, has limited utility other than what you give it. Bitcoin will continue to thrive, but others will come forward as well. And I asked, are those known? And I heard that some are known and some are yet to come. It's a very creative space, and it's allowing a lot of creators to come forward. It's allowing people to have access to resources who would never have had access to resources before. I remember when I saw my first documentary on cryptocurrency, I remember thinking, like, the people that I knew in Africa who didn't have bank accounts and didn't have access to the banking system, that this type of digital currency would allow them to have that, rather than, and to get loans and things for their businesses. So all of that felt really encouraging to me. So I'm going to ask, what else do we need to know about Bitcoin? And feel free to put some comments in as far as other questions of things you'd like for me to open the records of as well. It'll be challenged and pushed around by a lot of governments because they're trying to figure their way around this. And there's a lot of very powerful influencers that will want to figure out how to control it and manipulate it. But it'll be very hard to do that with Bitcoin. Be very cautious when you watch people share about different cryptocurrency coins and things, because a lot of those people have a personal interest in them. That's what I'm just telling you what I'm hearing. Again, I'm a Akashic channel. I've opened up the Akashic records of the particular cryptocurrency known as Bitcoin. There's a lot of focus on the energy aspect of Bitcoin, and I'm being told that there's a lot of energies that go into other sorts of resources. So sometimes it's not a fair comparison. And in situations where it's impacting an area harshly, then that, should be taken into consideration. But overall, it's not a fair comparison to say that it's a damaging sort of energy resource. Just like I was hearing that El Salvador wants to use some of the volcanic energy to mine Bitcoin. And there will be other coins, and there are other coins out there that don't require the same amount of energy. And I don't know, from what I'm hearing, I don't really know how these things work. So you're not, I'm sort of not sharing from a base of knowledge. I'm just in the Akashic records of Bitcoin. So I asked what else we need to know, and I was hearing it would be wise for people to kind of diversify and play around with these things, because they will become things that we'll all use going forward, because you see countries coming forward with their own digital currencies. So the more you understand about all that, the more helpful it can be in how you plan and use, you know, the more understanding and will help you with other aspects of digital currencies or fiats. And I am hearing, like, we used to use, even though this may seem really foreign, we used to use all sorts of things for exchanges, right? Cacao beans and shells and obviously gold and silver, precious metals. Which we may go back to at some point. But right now, this is an emerging type of exchange that has a lot of repercussions for people in a really positive way, even though you keep hearing a lot of negative things about it. It's very positive. It's very, I was hearing it is more easily traceable with these blockchain technologies than regular cash and things like that. So, and that we should focus more on the good of things rather than the negative. And so if we focus on the good of how distributions of wealth can happen, and into like communities that are, not able to access things, banking systems and things like that, will be really enhanced, their ability to be creative, and to create more wonderful things in their community with water and food and resources, because they'll have more access to things than they've ever had before. So I just kind of asked about the timing of that, and I'm hearing 5 to 50 years before we really see that happening in these communities. And it'll be sooner for some and later for others. It's all kind of divine timing. But the idea was, don't have a fear around it. Just, start educating yourself. So I'm going to ask what else we need to know about Bitcoin. It's basically it's a name that's been able to get out there that people hear and understand, but it's sort of like just having the name fiat or the name money. People want to use that interchangeably, the cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, but it's just a type of currency. It's the most known right now as far as when you mention something. So, but that doesn't mean it will be the one that people will base everything on. They're telling me, I've heard people talk about it as the gold, but it doesn't necessarily mean like it's the gold that will back cryptocurrencies. But it was the forerunner of the idea of having something that couldn't be easily manipulated and was very visible. Which can protect people actually more than hurt them. So, okay, I know I don't want to make a long video, and I do want to open up the records of Ethereum. So that's kind of cool. So I'm going to do that, and I'll do another video. If you like, and we started a documentary. It's in the process. My friend Shaizan's actually working on a film called Face of the Faceless, I think. And I'll talk more about that in another video, but it's based on a true story of a nun in India who started a school to help girls and boys be educated in a lower caste environment, and she was murdered for that. It's a really, really powerful story about love and forgiveness, and the connection that we all have to each other. So, all right, blessings and love to you, and look out for another video on a cryptocurrency called Ethereum.